You know, a lot of kids, I don't think they know how to get into a routine of practicing. Do you have any kind of routine for practicing that you follow?
When I was a lot younger, I definitely had a serious routine, and now, with my schedule the way it is, I look at playing live as being the practice, and that's the only kind of routine that's really routine in my life. I mean, you play a show, you do the next show, you do the next show, and that's kind of routine. So I look at playing live as the best practice, and actually I always believe that, you know, even when you're just starting out and being in bands. I mean, one gig with your band is worth 20 days of practicing in your bedroom, you know, because you're like there, you're on the spot, and you have to do it, you know what I mean? So in the bedroom, nobody's going to hear if you make a mistake or anything like that. So I always believed that from the beginning, so I tried to just play out and in front of people as much as possible, and that was my practice. And I think that's a good habit, but of course behind closed doors you got to do a lot of actually boring, routine, kind of scale-like practicing. And I'll admit that I haven't done so much of that lately, you know, and if I practice now, there's usually something specific I'm working on, like maybe a piece for my solo album or something for Megadeth. Maybe a passage is a little bit difficult, or I want to come up with something that's a little bit more interesting, so I'll work specifically on a particular part. But I don't have what you'd say a routine of just general practice anymore. But when I did do quite a bit of that, I found that it's best to practice things that repeat, because you want to have a good sense of timing while you're soloing. You want to have a good sense of syncopation. So maybe I'll give a couple examples of really simple things that repeat and maybe are syncopated. So basically what I did was I took a C minor kind of position there, and I played things that were rhythmically repeating. That means I can take a metronome to it and get it completely tight at one speed and feel very comfortable about it, and then slowly, gradually bring it up to the next speed. And maybe there are 3 or 4 examples of patterns in there, but the most important thing is to never play at a speed that you're playing sloppy in. You know, you should always bring it down to something really slow and then build it up. But I would have hundreds of patterns like this, and I even kept them on a list. I wrote down, I don't know,